Step one, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step three, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step four, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Good Morning Crypto, where we turn your early hours in the morning into your edge in the financial world. Today, going to talk a little bit about the Bank of Japan and a possibility for another rate hike, which could lead to a little bit more of a market pullback. So let's dive in and get you prepped for success. Let me switch over to the right screen. I've got Bitcoin pulled up for the day. Had a little pullback from the top. Definitely what I was talking about for yesterday, as I said that I believed that we'd see some downside for our Monday. Along with a lot of the other assets that we had taken a look at. We've got the stock heat map with things sitting down and neutral overall. Not a lot of big downside movement except for a few key things like NVIDIA, AVGO, Broadcom, and AMD. You have Amazon down almost 1%. You have Meta down 1.3. You have Tesla down 3.23%, and Microsoft sitting down 0.79%. In crypto, we have Bitcoin down almost 1%. You have Ethereum down 1.6%. Solana is down 2.23%. Lido staked ETH is down 1.61%. We have Cardano down 2.7%. About the only big project right now I'm seeing up is Toncoin, which isn't really that unexpected, considering that it had a massive pullback off of all the Toncoin news with the arrest. You do have a few other smaller projects like Aptos is up about 0.5%, and FET is up 1.22%. And in economic news today, we have, where is it? The housing prices index is coming out with housing price index month over month and year over year. And right after that, the S&P Case-Shiller home price month over month and year over year, which will have a medium effect on price movement, along with the CB consumer confidence, and that's coming out at 9 my time, so 8 Eastern, with 8, so 7 Eastern for housing. So that's the bigger economic news that's going to be dropping today, data-wise. We do have later in the day a 42-day bill auction and a 2-year note auction, which I will be keeping my eye on because that's going to give me a sense of how people are feeling about some shorter term financial stability for the US dollar. We do have API crude oil stock change coming out as well, and that will also have a medium-sized impact on things. So that's the data we're looking at for today. Let me get my headset plugged in so it doesn't die. I just got a little battery low notification. And it looks like David will be joining us shortly. So he is waking up a little earlier today. That's what I like to see. Let me get over to that first news article of the day. We have the Bank of Japan governor reaffirms that rate hikes are on the table. And this is a shift from their earlier sentiments where when they raised their rates, they said that, oh, there's no more rate hikes on the table. We want security in the market. We're not trying to destabilize things too much. But when you sit at 0% for so long on your interest rates and you let things overheat the way that they did, you're going to have to raise those rates eventually. And that was just something that was going to come sooner than later, and they didn't want to, but they were forced to with their dollar falling against other currencies and investors not having their money in their own country and moving their money outside of the country because their dollar was falling against it. And that's why when they did raise rates, you saw that giant pullback across multiple markets because their dollars were being put elsewhere outside of their country. So let's get into this a little. Tokyo Bank of Japan Governor Kazao Ida, I don't know. Ooh, give me just a second to get David added on here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I can hear you. No
Okay.
audio issues today. That's what I like to see.
Yeah. Discord.
Yep, I am sharing that right now.
Okay. I guess we do need Discord so I can see your screen. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Yeah, you
I
got
made it.
less sleep and you woke up earlier. So, look at that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was up till after midnight.
Dang. Yeah, no, I immediately went to bed after we got your green screen background all sorted out. Oh,
Whoa. Don't tell them. Don't tell
sorry
them.
about that.
Don't tell them. No, it's fine.
Well, there's just Rokinos in the chat, so you better not tell anyone, Rokinos.
Okay. Is he the only one watching?
For now.
Good morning, Rocky Nose. All right. Go ahead.
All right.
Go. You were on a spiel, so go ahead.
Yep, let me get that switch back over to the news article. I had the Bank of Japan coming out saying that they are looking at possible rate hikes for the future after they just told everyone they wouldn't do that. What? Surprise, surprise.
They're trying to kill the carry trade.
More like they're trying to keep their dollar from being absolutely demolished after keeping rates at 0% for like 10 years.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. That's what happens when you mess around with fiat.
Oh yeah.
And you just print it out of thin air for decades.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it did cause massive growth in their economy for
Well, of course.
years. 4 years. So, I mean, you did it right there. You wanted massive growth. So, let's get you some massive growth. Everyone can borrow money at 0% interest. So you pumped lots of money in, but after a while, at 0% interest with your dollar falling against other currencies, you're like, hey, I'm not actually going to invest my money in this country anymore because that's not the smart move. And that's why the carry trade had so much effect on a global economy.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But I will dive
Agreed.
back. I will dive back into there. There is no change to our basic stance of adjusting the level of monetary easing going forward if we can confirm that the outlook for the economy and prices is more likely to realize as we expect. I don't know how to say his name. Uday said in the parliamentary session Friday. The, the Bank of Japan's governor's comment fueled rate hike expectations, causing the yen to strengthen against the dollar. And this is why they had to raise rates. The yen reached as strong as 145.3 to the dollar during Friday's trading in Tokyo, compared to 146.3 before Uday's testimony. The Japanese central bank in July raised its policy rate target to 0.25% from the previous range of 0 to 0.1%, and pledged to continue raising interest rates if the economy and prices grow in line with its projections. That was its first hike since it exited the world's sole negative rate policy earlier this year. When speculation over whether the Bank of Japan would keep tightening and fears of the U.S. recession combined with the headwinds to spark turmoil across global financial markets earlier this month, the deputy governor at the Bank of Japan, another name I'm absolutely going to butcher, Shinichi Uchida, said the bank won't raise rates when
What'd you call
markets
me?
are unstable. Right? I don't. I don't. That's a lot of I's in a name, but this is what I was talking about. They put the security out there. They were like, okay, yeah, we're not gonna raise rates. We're not gonna do it. You know, we will tell everyone that we're not gonna do it after everything that just happened in the markets from us raising rates. And then, not even a month later, they're looking at their economy and being like, actually, we might have to raise these rates.
Mm. While the rest of the world is cutting.
Yeah, yep. But when you're seeing your dollar just massively fall against other dollars, you kind of have to do that.
But is it though?
I mean, it is. It's at lows, low lows against other currencies.
Well, against the Dixie, it's doing quite well. And this is a little confusing. Should be inverted because this is USD JPY. So it looks like I mean, it came off its lows and popped up. This is that carry trade, and ever since then, it's been doing pretty well. But
Yeah, but go back just a little bit. Go backwards. Go backwards. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There you go. It's at
well,
low
yeah,
lows.
that's what I just said. It's at lows, historical lows. It
It
was, but then it's popped up.
Yes, but it's
So it's
still
doing well.
it's doing better, but it's still at low lows.
Look, man. Look, the Japanese yen is just an altcoin
Yeah.
against Bitcoin. This is a Bitcoin pair with the JPY. I'm actually kind of curious. Let's see, BTC JPY. Is it like 500,000, $9 million? 9 million Japanese yen is one Bitcoin. My God.
See, now you see why they kind of had to do something. They might not want to do something, but like you have to do something. Like yeah, it looks like
Wow.
it's doing fine when you look at it at smaller time frames, but if you pull it up to anything else where it's like, okay, let's get the big picture and you go backwards and it's just like down, down and to the right. And this
Uh,
is why no one was investing in their own country in Japan. It just that's the repercussions of it.
Interesting.
Yep. Yep.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
It's already above all-time highs. It's been consolidating on top of it, and it looks like it's about to explode up. Should start looking at Bitcoin and more against other currencies.
Yeah.
That's
It's what lets you know the posturing of other economies in the world to a reserve asset. And this is like yeah, you can look at their dollar against our dollar, but like if you have a correlating asset that is a reserve for everyone, then you really
hmm.
get to see what the true value that the market is giving to their dollar. So,
Here's one. Here you go. This is a good example. Polkadot versus Bitcoin.
oh yeah.
Well, it's at new lows.
Mhm. But I don't know if you saw from yesterday, but Bitcoin is approaching 60% dominance.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. I mean, I've been watching it, but
Yeah.
um,
It is definitely
I
not
was talking
altcoin
about
season.
I was just talking about that last week
Mm-hmm.
actually. I was like, that's 60%. It's like right there.
Yep.
You zoom out. I mean,
Good morning,
come on.
Crux of Crypto. You are up extra early
Wow.
today.
Good morning, Crux. Good morning. Good morning. He wanted to catch the show.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we're actually up against where we fell through over here.
Mm-hmm.
Man, this thing is about to take another 2.5% off the market. Of the market.
Which I'm okay with. Because all those people
Me
that have
too.
complained that they're like, I didn't have enough time to stock up on my alts, which you hear way more frequently than you think you'd hear. But
Goodness.
these are these opportunities as we start
Hmm.
approaching higher dominance, and you get the signals that it is not altcoin season, and you will see those. The price isn't at all-time lows for this year on altcoins, but this is why you DCA. You
Hmm.
set the ranges, you have your DCA ranges, and you DCA in when either you see the crypto fear and greed is in fear or extreme fear. You get your BTC dominance is up massively against your altcoins. Things like this are your signals that you are still in a DCA time frame on your altcoins.
Yep, I agree. I don't know. I'm looking at the charts. So
Yeah, I pulled up your screen share when you had
oh
your Japan versus all of that pulled up. So
yeah. Yeah, we can look. I mean, Bitcoin, what's another currency that's dog crap? Let's see.
um where you have CAD that is now kind of stopping its falling. So it'd be interesting to see CAD against Bitcoin.
Nope, that doesn't exist. uh That's kind of weird. I'm just kind of pretty sure you could do CAD versus Bitcoin. Okay, there we go.
There we go.
No, that's not right. It is not 1 billion.
I mean,
It's not. I want to say it's CAD USD, maybe BTC. I don't know.
we'll have to get those pulled up, but I can hop over to article
Yeah,
that
go
you
ahead.
wanted to talk about. I know you had some thoughts on a big article from yesterday.
Yep, I do.
So I'll hop over to that. This is not the article that everyone was talking about. This is a follow-up article where cyber attacks target French government websites. So, multiple French government websites have gone offline in a denial of service attack believed to be linked to a Russian hacker group, according to multiple reports. The affected websites include Administrative Court of Paris, the French Health Department's, I, I, some letters, ANSM Santa .fr. I don't, websites in other
Crooked
countries.
letter, humpback.
And the Court of Cassation's page. I hope I said that right.
Sure.
Any European watchers, don't attack me too hard if I messed it up. Cointelegraph was unable to access the sites at the time of writing and received a warning that connections to them were not secure. Initial reports from Entropia's Intel said that the attacks are believed to be in a response to the arrest of Telegram founders Pavel Durov in France on August 24th. Macron claims arrest was not political. On August 26, French President Emmanuel Macron issued a statement on Durov's arrest, claiming it wasn't political. Macron reiterated France's commitment to freedom of speech and expression while also stressing that the outcome of Durov's case would be determined by France's independent judiciary system, not the country's political apparatus. Here's his statement. I have seen false information regarding France following the arrest of Pavel Durov. France is deeply committed to freedom of expression, communication, to innovation, and to the spirit of entrepreneurship. It will remain so. In a state governed by the rule of law, freedoms are upheld within a legal framework, both on social media and in real life, to protect citizens and respect their fundamental rights. It is up to the judiciary in full independence to enforce the law. The arrest of the president of Telegram on French soil took place as part of an ongoing judicial investigation. It is in no way a political decision. It is up to the judges to rule on the matter.
If it wasn't a political decision, you wouldn't have to say it.
Nah. Well, and that's what lets you know. It's like you have to say this so you cover your own butt.
Yeah. Yesterday, it's about child trafficking was going on Telegram or whatever, and he was like, so he wasn't willing to give up information on child traffickers or whatever it was. Like I don't think that's a good thing. But started reading more into it, and I was like, oh wait, so they wanted basically like a back door to his app. And it's like, yeah, I don't know about that. It's like you give a back door to one conversation, you're giving a back door to everything basically on the app. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just sitting here like, I want to do something about, like, what do we do about child trafficking in that type of situation? Or, a hypothetical. What if your kid was kidnapped? And the only way to get them back is if we got into a Telegram conversation. Uh, but the owner of Telegram or CEO of Telegram says, no, you're not getting into that communication because this is privacy, right to free speech, whatever. It's like, what do you do after that? How important is free speech as a principle when it comes to your kids? So that's like my mindset where I was yesterday. And then, yeah, I saw people like getting kind of pissy in the chat. And I'm just like, look, I'm just saying I want to do something about the child trafficking. Like, that's all I care about. Like, we have free speech and all that, but I mean, what is this? Another day on the internet? I mean, I don't know.
So like,
He probably really got in trouble because he was doing those sanctions or bypassing sanctions, and they don't like that.
yeah, I mean, there's, I do understand where you're coming from on it, and I feel like he might have been willing to comply if they hadn't asked for a carte blanche. Give me access, please.
Right.
I like your back door. Can I please have it? Like,
Well, there's two ways to take that. Idiot.
but that who's really going to openly comply with that? If your whole statement is about security.
Right.
And I mean, I know Apple got into a giant battle with the government, and they set up an agreement with the government where it's like, hey, we're not going to give you full access to everything, but we will do our own internal audits of people that use our product. And if it has to do with a certain topic, then we will give you these people's information. We will send you the evidence, and then you go take care of that for us.
Well, my question is did they come to him with anything specific, and did he refuse to that? And does it matter? Honestly, don't know.
We will find out as time goes by. I do commend him for standing up for privacy.
Yes. 100%. Obviously. I mean, I'm in crypto.
Side. Yeah. It's a dual-edged sword sometimes.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. Yeah. And I'm just kind of like, I don't know. It's just like, I get the argument, like, you don't want to be able to sue Ford because somebody kidnaps a kid in a Ford truck, like
it's like, okay, if you ask,
and they wouldn't, and Ford refused to give up information on the truck or something. Is that kind of?
Well, so it would be like, hey, we're going to ask for the GPS data for your vehicles, but instead of asking for the GPS data on that vehicle, we're asking for complete access to be able to look at all of the vehicles if we want to,
right,
instead of asking for the specific vehicle. So
Right. No, that's perfect. That's a perfect example. Perfect analogy. Good job.
All right. Well,
it wasn't a false equivalency.
No, it's pretty spot on. Data is data. Good morning,
the GPS
Mark
angle.
Dutch.
I didn't think about that. Mark Dutch, what's going on, my guy? I can't see the chat. We got to fix that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that out. I never saw a setup for it on the Streamlabs, but I will get it figured out here sooner or later. Just pull it up on another screen.
Yeah, I'm pulling this up on my phone. It's just my phone didn't charge last night, so
Oh no.
I had it plugged up, but it didn't charge.
You can only use your work phone today. No
All
personal
right, I don't
phone.
have a work phone.
Oh no.
Might be trying to BTC scalp soon. Price action not exactly how I want to see. If so, half amount on 25x says. Good morning, Sniper's Nightmare. Good morning, L Jones. Good morning, Crux. Good morning, Rakinos. Good morning, Mark Dutch. Good morning. Maybe a band-aid.
Yep.
May not. I don't know. Morning, all you sexy beaches, says Mark Dutch. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Looks sus at Dutchy. Apple changed the entire way they encrypted their devices. Oh,
Yep. Yep. Well, it's so that they could have access to their clients' devices, but the government
without
not
get
have it. Yeah.
right.
And it's like we have a
Because they
back door.
refused to do what was it? It was during the whole terrorist shooting in California. Is that what it
Yep.
was?
Yep.
No. And they were like, they refused, and I was just kind of just like, wow, Apple's actually standing up for some privacy here. Okay.
Yep.
Because they were refusing to give up, like, to create a backdoor to get into this iPhone. And I was just like, all right,
Oh yeah.
Apple, I see you. I see you. I like that. And Google is like one of the only companies that requires like a subpoena for you to get for law enforcement to get information on somebody. Like,
Yep.
they're like, you got to come with subpoena, and we got to look into it for 30 days before we hand over anything. So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Apple, Google, stuff that I use, awesome.
And Google will let you know afterwards that they did have to hand over your data.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know if you want to show the people some Bitcoin TA for the morning. I started out with a little bit of uh, Bitcoin TA on the day, so I
Sure.
can toss that over to you and you can tell the people your thoughts.
Yeah. Yesterday well, let's just say it kind of my internet actually didn't die. My Wi-Fi adapter went out,
Oh,
and so I had to unplug it and plug it back in, and it worked. But yeah, so daily, the quantum reactor, that is what that is. But the important thing that we have been watching on this channel for quite some time is this 10-week SMA, and that we did break above, and now it looks like we're coming back to backtest. So we were in this range. So yesterday I was thinking that we might come down, deviate back below this range. Um, I'm still kind of leaning that way because we did get a little bit overheated on this move up, just a tad, not too much. I mean, this thing can still come. Just slowing down a little bit with the price action here. I wish I had my other chart up, but I don't. Okay. Because I want to look at some open interest, which open interest had been steadily climbing as price was moving to the upside here. So the open interest being your long and short positions in the market, uh, as it was climbing, and now we're kind of getting this pullback, and we're seeing these lots of red candles. Essentially, what is going on is buyers are kind of stepping in. We can kind of see that actually. Because of just how slow this kind of trickle down has been. Just kind of tells me that sellers are either slowing down, or buyers are just buying up supply because it's just a slow move down, and we're not really triggering any liquidation. So it kind of makes me think that there's a lot of spot buying going on in this range here. Um, Either that, or there's it's just steady stream of selling. Um, but that's not what this price action really suggests to me. It just kind of suggests to me that buyers are just buying up on spot. really, because we're not getting any liquidations. The open interest is still high. So I'm still just thinking another flush because essentially what this whole trend line is liquidity. Anything below it is going to be liquidity, especially if we just start looking at these lows here, here. So yeah, today the test is going to be this level right here that we broke out of, come back down to back test it. It's going to line up right with that 10-week SMA, can come down here to this low, pull a fib to the highs. Come on now. Stupid magnet. It's not stupid. I love the magnet. Be nice to me, magnet. That's all I want. So yeah, we've got a pullback right there at the 382 too. So if we can get a bounce off of 382, a 382 bounce is usually pretty strong. It's usually a nice place to see a bounce for a continuation of trend. So we do have a lot of things lining up right there. Be careful because there could be a nuke, a little nuke, a quick wick down, and then it could get bought right back up. So just be mindful of that. I'll be watching that halfway mark of this range. The range is in between 67,600 and 61,750. So that's the range that I'm looking at on that. If we can just pull. All right. So we got our halfway mark here. I mean, just above that, we can see that we've got the golden pocket. So would not be surprised to see a little move down into that golden pocket. Of course, we can go ahead and throw up a fixed range volume profile as well and see where, yep, we have a point of control right there as well. So right here at 59,500, essentially, I would think about, like, I would consider, not financial advice, maybe putting in a long from there and yeah, just putting a stop loss at the lows. And then we have these equal highs right here that I would expect us to come up and sweep. Now, this could be later in the week. I still think that this is a down week unless we get a bounce here. But even if we get a bounce at the 382, we can still see it come up and then pull back down. So I'm still kind of leaning more downside, to be honest. But do we have anything tomorrow on the economic calendar?
Let's see. We do have on Thursday GDP rate growth quarter over quarter, but
Okay.
nothing heavy for tomorrow.
Okay. So yeah, maybe not maybe not tomorrow. Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, so we could see I still think more downside, to be honest. I mean, the liquidity is just over here. Point of control is over here. The breakout of the range, the back test of the range. I mean, at the very least, I think we come back down here to this 62 level, 61,500. So yeah, I'll just be looking for a pullback to that level today. And if it can hold it, then I'll probably go ahead and fire off a long, and I'll at least do a short-term scalp on that. And then maybe going into Thursday. Yeah, this is Thursday, and then it nukes. Whatever the data is, it just nukes. That's what I could see happening. So basically, break of the trend line maybe today, the upwards trend line, back test tomorrow of that trend line, and then get rejection all the way down to the golden pocket. And then maybe that could wrap up a nice 1, 2, 3 ABC trade in here, or correction in here, and we can come back to the upside. So that's what I would be looking for on Bitcoin. I want to see some buyers really starting to step in, but I really want to see some open interest starting to clear out so that we can have freedom of movement to the upside. Well, liquidation of shorts is more likely, but anyways. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Come on down. Come on back down just below 60K one more time for me, Bitcoin. That's all I want, really. Come back down below 60K. And I think we're going to get it, but we'll see.
Yeah, but maintain dominance when you do.
Well, it will uh because it's Bitcoin. And it is still bull macro trend, So, as long as it is still bullish on a macro trend, well, I mean, it kind of depends. But right now it is, yeah. I still think we get up to that 60% for sure.
Well, I'm hop into this article real quick if you wanna have
What
some.
time is it?
It is
6:17. Okay.
6:17.
Okay.
I
We're
will
good.
hop into this article real quick. It kind of touches on some Fed rate decisions, and I will pull up a article that is in correlation with that. If you want to do
Is it
some,
just you?
oh, it's both of us together on the news
Oh,
screen. But if you want to do some TA in the background, if anyone has some altcoin requests that they'd like looked at or stock requests, anything like that, yeah, we're Central Time Zone weirdos. Yeah. I live in a flyover state. But we have Fed
I
most
am
likely.
the flyover state. I'm the central hub. Well, me and Atlanta.
Yep.
FedEx is here.
I did not know that.
Yeah, FedEx is here, and yeah, this is like their central hub. So we have like the AutoZone. Well, no, it's AutoZone. Retard. What did I say that on YouTube? Dang it.
Oops. Yeah, we just got dinged. Good thing it's on this channel.
Hey, that's a yeah. Good thing it's on this channel. Yeah, we're not monetized, so it doesn't matter.
But
Go ahead.
Fed most likely to cut rates by quarter percentage point next month, Dolly says. San
Hmm.
Francisco Federal Reserve President Mary Dolly on Monday said the time is upon us to cut interest rates, likely starting with a quarter percentage point reduction in borrowing costs. Asked if there's anything that could derail a rate cut at the U.S. Central Bank's September 17th, 18th policy meeting, Dolly told Bloomberg's TV that it would be hard to imagine at this point. She said the most likely path ahead is for inflation to continue to slow gradually and for the labor market to add jobs at a steady, sustainable pace. And if that projection plays out, adjusting policy at the regular, normal cadence seems reasonable.
Cadence.
Yeah. But we do have this one. Treasury Fed yields tick higher as traders wait for more clarity on Fed's next move. So they are not buying it. Upcoming data should offer more insights on whether traders should expect a 25 point or 50 point basis cut rate from the Fed. Treasury yields edge higher on Monday, reversing some of their declines from last week after Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell sparked a rally in bonds Friday by teeing up a September interest rate cut. Price action. The yield on the 2-year Treasury note, BXTMB TMUBMUSDOTY.
Are you really reading all
Yeah.
this?
Just in case anyone needs to know what the 2-year Treasury rate. It's also this thing right
Rakino said, "Come on, guys, keep the
over
classified things
here.
classified."
Right over there. That's this thing. But Treasury rate went from 1.9 basis points to 3.931 as of 3 p.m. Eastern Time on Monday, according to Dow Jones market data. It finished last week at its lowest since August 5th, based on 3 p.m. levels from Friday. Bond yields are move inversely to prices. the yield on the 10-year Treasury note rose by 1 basis point to 3.816 as of 3 p.m. Eastern Time Monday. And this is why I touched on those yield rates earlier, talking about it, because there is a auction on the 2-year note that I am keeping my eye on, because that will give us some sentiment on what people are really thinking about for the markets.
Why is that?
It shows how much faith people have in the dollar and what kind of rate
Mm.
cuts they're gonna do, and gives you a signal on how much risk on, risk off that people are really going to be doing. And normally, people that are buying treasury notes and bonds are people with bigger liquidity pools.
Oh, good. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't. I just look at charts.
Yep. You got a chart pulled up for people?
What's the price chart say? That's all I care about.
Well, speaking of charts, you got some TA that you'd like to show some people before we start winding down?
I mean, I was just gonna look at the S&P 500. This thing is going to continue going up, whether or not we have reset. Uh, yep.
There we go.
So, I mean, right here, this was Japanese carry trade. Recession is returning. What happens at the bottom whenever we get big, crazy fear? Oh, look at that big V bottom recovery. Uh, I don't know what was it? This was something else. I could hear that, by the way. This was something else, a bunch of fear. And of course, the tops have, a bunch of euphoria. But down here, this was something else. This was like October. So this is like of last year. So this is like after the Israel. This is all of, the attacks on Israel and stuff like that. Oh my God, World War III. Oh, that's what this one was. This one was another World War III. This is another World War III. This was just something housing crisis, debt crisis, all the banks are going to collapse and all of this. And that was just like the absolute lowest of the low in 2022. And then ever since then, we've been going to the upside. My point in bringing this up is emotions are an SOB. They're an SOAB. They can really mess with you when it comes to trading. You've got to get your emotions out of it, or at least be able to keep them in check. So, uh, just when things go south or go sour, come over here. This isn't as crazy of a chart as the Bitcoin chart, right? Just come over here to the S&P, because most of the market of markets will follow the S&P, because it's such a big market. 500 of the top companies in the world, and these people are the ones that are probably putting all their big money into Bitcoin anyway. So you kind of want to see how this side of the market is going too. Uh, but yeah, I mean, this thing is just continuing to climb higher, and it'll probably I could see a pullback down here to about 5,500, back to this 10-week SMA, and then just continue higher. I mean, that's basically what I'm looking at on that. We do have this gap here too, so maybe maybe just below 5,500. But if as long as this thing is strong, we're looking good. It's past. It's gone through all the. It's gone through all retracement levels, so I'm expecting the S&P to continue, but there a chance of a pullback at least to the breakout here at 55.6, or the break, or the break of the SMA, the 10-week SMA down to 5,500. So yeah, I'm bullish on. I'm still bullish, man. I mean, as long as we continue to keep putting in new highs, I'm going to continue being bullish. And all these little dips, they don't scare me. Something else has got to come in to really scare me. So I don't really get scared in these markets anyway. So when you come back, don't forget to turn your mic on.
Yep, I've got my mic all unmuted.
I gotta go wake people up because they're supposed to be gone and
Uh-huh.
already.
Are they pulling a David and sleeping in?
Hey, look, I they have responsibilities they need to be getting to. I had a stream that I got up to. I mean, sometimes. So, oh, school is a little different though.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I could never wake up for school when I was a kid. I struggled
Yeah, if
with
this
that
was
one.
my job, if this was my job, it'd be different. But wow, the Dixie's really been taking a crap, huh? Oh,
Yep. Yep. I talked about that the other day.
oh man, I thought it was at least gonna give us a pullback, but it did not.
It dropped hard, which is another reason that rate cuts are imminent.
Watch them cut by like 100 points.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're not ripping the band-aid off. We are reopening the wound.
Yeah. We're just taking a chainsaw to it. How about that? It's just,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so what do you know, like so yeah, good show, the Pavel thing. I'm just like, it's I mean, I understand people's privacy concerns and all that stuff. I'm just kind of just like, I mean, are we going to go to this guy and get information? Is he not giving it to us? Has he done everything he can without infringing upon anybody's rights? If he has, then fine, he should be free. Because if he's done what he can to help out in any way, like, then without giving up a backdoor and a privacy, or and giving up anyone's right to privacy, then yeah, fine. Yeah, he shouldn't have been arrested. But that's my take. So y'all calm down.
Yeah.
The world's not so black and white.
You got some people riled up yesterday, but
Yeah, it is what it is. I do that all the time. People don't like hearing differing or at least nuanced opinions, is how I look at it. But whatever. Anyways, I love everybody.
you'd think they'd be used to it now. We've been living on the internet for a while.
I love it. I love it. I love people. It's fun.
What?
But yeah. Oh, ton is up 5% today. Look
Yeah.
at that.
Yeah. Surprise, surprise.
All right. I got to go, though. So
Yep. Thank you
wrap it
for
up.
everyone for tuning in today. Remember to tune in to Piper Academy as well. That'll be going 9:30 Eastern.
And that crypto nightcap, Monday through Thursday at 8:30 Eastern, 8:30 p.m.
Yep. And everyone, be prepared for some more pullbacks today. Sorry about that. I was looking over at the little script that we had to make sure that we covered everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So everyone, wake up.
It's gonna be a good day.